we do want to have a third baby. We took a break on packing at the moment. I knew that I was super full, like with getting a period, and then had her and lactated like a lot like this. Definitely have postpartum anxiety. Bottle, and then put a sound machine on. We're gonna be living on a farm. Hey. What are you guys doing? Guys, look how big Sebastian is now. He is almost walking. Well, this is pretty much how he walks now. Sebastian just turned 1 about a week ago. You can see that he has a little bit of snot on his nose. Unfortunately, I watched my nephews and I noticed that her one son had a snotty nose, and I think that's where it came from because it happened like 2 days later, and we honestly don't leave the house that much, so yeah. But anyway, I haven't vlogged in a really long time. Again, I'll probably get into that later on, unfortunately. But we are currently moving out of this house. I didn't tell anyone because just, I don't know, I've known this for over 1.5 years now, but we're pretty busy with this right now. Ugh. And let me tell you, I have never been through an actual move like this, because when we moved into this house, I was living at my parents' house, so I only had to like pack up my room, and now this is like 8 years worth of stuff that now all has to fit into boxes. I know that doesn't look like a lot, but that's pretty much like all like the cabinets and like the closets and everything. But, and this is also what's really hard, guys. The kids are just like getting into everything. We open up a cabinet, a new box, and they're just into it. Right, guys? I also have to make sure Gino doesn't just throw random stuff into a box, because I'm trying to make it as organized as possible at the moment. Everything's just like gross. And yeah, guys, I am still pumping at almost 13 months postpartum. I kept saying I was going to stop, but I'm actually only pumping twice a day now. So I've weaned down a lot. This is something my dad told me to do, was to just take a book and mark all your boxes and just kind of like put exactly what is inside the box. So when it comes time to unpack, which I don't even want to think about that part, it'll be easy to find what you're looking for. As for feeding for milk still for Sebastian, so I pump again twice a day, and then whenever I do pump, I just organize it in like these little bottles here. Like this was from, I want to say like 5 p.m. yesterday. And then this is from this morning, and he already like drank a 5-ounce bottle. It's been like pretty tough to like stop, because I can really tell he still loves his milk so much. If I really wanted to, I could just put him on whole milk, but I don't know, I could just, I don't know, guys. It's this weird thing. I've been doing it for like 1 year now, so now it's just, I'm stuck kind of, I don't know, at this emotional place. And I think because I'm moving and Mila's eating the sprinkles that we got from that cabinet. But I'm moving, and I just feel like stopping pumping is just gonna make me more stressed right now, because then I'm like, I don't know how he's gonna react with the new living environment. I don't want my hormones to get crazy, and it's just, I don't know, it's changing more of my routine. Weird, I know. Alright, look at this too. And unfortunately I have like a lot of frozen milk. So I have all of that milk in there. I'm just planning on actually donating it to my sister-in-law. I have all milk in there. And then I also have milk in these 2 freezers too, but I just think it's not going to make it when Gino brings everything with the U-Haul. It's going to be almost a 24-hour drive. Everyone keeps saying to use dry ice, but the thing is, I'm actually going to Florida. I'm totally avoiding showing you guys what I look like right now because I just woke up. Well, not just woke up. I woke up like an hour ago, but I look like a mess. But I've really been wanting to vlog for a while now again, and I explained in my last video I had really bad pelvic floor dysfunction and just always felt sick. It's getting better, but I still have my hard days. But anyway, what was I saying before that? I don't think my milk will make it, and even if it does, I honestly don't trust Gino. Like, if it becomes like too defrosted, he might still think it's okay. Like, I really would want to look at it to make sure it's okay, because you can still use your breast milk if it defrosts a little bit and it still has like chunks of ice in it, then it's considered okay. But I don't know, I just kind of don't trust his judgment. But I am actually flying down to Florida to my mom's house for a little, flying down to my mom's house for a little over 2 weeks because Gino's gonna bring all of our stuff to Missouri. I live in New Jersey and I'm moving to Missouri. Oh my god, there's just so much that you guys are probably like, what? I just haven't talked about it that much. But anyway, I'm just so like all over the place. Like, I think it's just moving in general. Really should be packing right now, but I'm actually sitting on the floor vlogging. Alright, anyway, I'm going down to my mom's, flying to Florida with the kids for 17 days, and then we're flying from Florida to Missouri. Gino's gonna bring all of our stuff to Missouri. We're gonna be living on a farm. He's building our new house right now. We're gonna be living in a camper for probably like 2.5 months. But anyway, he's bringing all of our stuff to Missouri, and he's just gonna set up everything a little bit more comfortable for us because right now it's technically not set up enough like for us to live in a camper. All right, I'm gonna go now because I look scary right now. I'm just gonna get to a little bit of packing, but I really just wanted to vlog for so long now. And if you're a YouTuber, you kind of know it could be like hard to pick up the camera again if you stop for a while. And again, when I got so sick with the pelvic floor dysfunction, and I mean sick by like I literally could not go to the bathroom, and I always had a chronic stomach ache, and I've been in months and months and months of pelvic floor therapy. It's gotten better, but I still have some bad days. All right, anyway, I'll be back. Guys, I just have to say this, and I notice this every time I film. This damn necklace just twists. So I'm sorry if you're staring at that, because I stare at it when I'm editing and it just bothers like me so much. So yeah, just know bothers me too if you've noticed it, because I noticed it in the last clip. And guys, the stress of moving, my skin is just breaking out so bad. Like, I just feel like I'm like full of pimples, and I haven't had acne like this in so long. Like, I mean, when I was like in high school, and I don't think I've ever talked about how young or how old I am, however you want to say it, but I'm 27. I just turned 27, and I feel like I just shouldn't have acne like a teenager, unless it's stemming off of weaning and my hormones are going crazy. I still haven't gotten my period back, which I'm not surprised. If we want to talk about that too, that's something I could talk about also, that my body just doesn't work properly with that. I had a lot of infertility with Sebastian. I ended up going to a fertility clinic and taking Clomid and Letrozole and just all these like fertility drugs because I was just anovulatory. I never got a period back post Mila. I used to have very, very good periods before I had Mila. And then when I got pregnant with her, and then obviously had her, and then I was breastfeeding, and then obviously it's like a known thing that when you're breastfeeding or pumping that you can just not have a period. But when I stopped, it just never came back. Like, I mean, like I waited like 6 months and they could never figure out why. But anyway, at this moment, almost 13 months postpartum, I'm pumping twice a day. I make like 28 to 30 ounces though. It's crazy, I know. I don't know how. I'll show you my next output, but I don't know if that's why, or it's still, I don't know. But we're just gonna see when I completely stop if I get a period or not. So hopefully I do. I don't know, because as crazy as it is having 2 kids, it's insane, but I weirdly want another one. We want more. Give your kids a bunch of cups. Don't bother buying toys. Guys, honestly, that's why me and Gino don't buy many toys for our kids. All of their toys really came from someone else buying them, actually. And honestly, and anytime I feel like I have bought them a toy, it's like they only touch it for like 30 seconds and then they're done. So I think I'm gonna work on this cabinet. It's just all this stuff here. I need to like organize, I don't know, certain boxes that need to go in the camper and then certain stuff, I don't know. Oh, it's so, I'm just trying to keep it organized. Like some stuff in here I'm gonna need in the camper. So I'm gonna just try to make like a list along with like, oh my God, I don't know. This is what I mean. Like this is like stressful to think about. Like I never would have thought I would have been living in like a camper in my life. Has anyone ever lived in a camper, or I used the camper? We're only living in a camper because Gino's like in the middle of building our new house. We should be in the house by like mid-December, but I don't know. This is like stressful. I honestly picked up a lot of the toys and already put them in boxes, and the little bit of toys that was in here is just everywhere. And honestly, this is how I just leave the room at this point, because it's like why stress picking it up? Because it's just gonna look like this, right? And then this is Sebastian's nursery. His room I try to honestly keep clean at all points. Teething baby, guys. He also got it right here, but Gino can just paint over that. They're just getting into everything. Oh my God, no, nobody. This is like my favorite cup here. This is my fault. This is 100% my fault. I'm not paying attention and he's being curious. All right, this is why I honestly have a gate right here. Oh God, what is right here? I have a baby gate for our bedroom because they love to rip up everything in there. But again, this is my fault. I'm not paying attention and he's getting bored. I actually have to cook them breakfast, so I think I'm gonna do that. Oh, my poor boogie boy. He's never had like a snot nose this bad before. Because honestly, we stay home, my kids aren't in school or daycare, like we're just confined into this house, so. But yeah, his boogers are like super bad and it's like really gross. So I just gave Sebastian a quick bath because he was just really sticky from his waffle and he's having such a hard time with his snot nose. I really wish I had like one of those like suction things, but I could really tell that he's just having a lot of trouble obviously breathing because he's so backed up, and I'm like trying to blow his nose, but you can just like hear he's all like stuffy. But yeah, honestly, I don't really deal with them being sick, so I don't want to say I don't know what to do, but I almost find it, I don't know, it's like more, I don't know guys, but I could just tell he's struggling a little bit. I'm gonna go grab him a bottle and then put him down for his first nap. Right, buddy? He usually wakes up around 6:30 a.m., then goes for his first nap closer to like 9 a.m. I'm putting him in a little bit earlier just because we're packing, and I can just tell he's, you know, he's not feeling too well. And then he usually sleeps for like an hour and a half, and then his second nap is usually 12:30, 12:45 to like 2:33. All right, buddy, let me go get your milk. So these are the bottles he still currently drinks from. He's been drinking from them from literally a newborn. And the nipple size is just size large now. Probably not the best for him, but he won't really take any other bottle or any other nipple at the moment. And I'm not stressing about it just yet. And guys, I would say he still drinks like 20 to 25 ounces a day still. I really should invest in a bottle warmer, but this is just how I've been doing it for the longest time. I don't warm it like super warm, I just kind of take the chill out of it. Oh, look at his boogie nose. I keep wiping it away too, and it just keeps coming back, obviously. Guys, this is really what it looks like inside of a house with children. Don't think that it always looks clean and perfect and everything is nice, because it's chaotic here. It's just how it is. And Sebastian is, he's 1 year old now, and these are his 2 blankets. He loves his blankets, and he doesn't sleep with anything else, like no sleep sack or anything, but he just cuddles with his blankets. He doesn't have a pacifier, so that's good, but like he really relies on these blankets, and I feel safe, it's fine, like he's big enough now. But yeah, that's how Sebastian sleeps, and I don't rock him to sleep or anything. He just kind of does his own thing, and this is also why it's hard to stop pumping, because he does use his bottle to help him fall asleep. Come on, Mila. We gotta go out, come on. Mila's unclothed. Because I swear she just like rips off her clothing all the time. Is that like a toddler thing? Like I like dress her and then all of a sudden she's like undressed and I'm like, okay. Okay. But yeah, anyway, I just leave him with his bottle and then put his sound machine on, and then he'll just fall asleep on his own. That's kind of how it's been. I do have to lock this door too, because Miss Mila will just barge in there, and then I just open it up with like a knife, like a butter knife. So guys, it is a few hours later. We took a break on packing at the moment, but yeah, we are pretty much, I'd say like 90% packed up. Take a look at this gigantic mess. Everything is just like literally thrown everywhere. Trying not to freak out about it because it is what it is, but I am gonna tidy up a little bit whatever I can, because now everything is like packed up. Like this is the only cabinet that we have left. Everything else is gone, so we're just gonna be living out of a box. But yeah, I showered and I just put a little bit of face makeup on, and my hair is just, it's drying at the moment, and I'm obviously like not in pajamas. But I'm gonna be honest with you guys, most of the time that is what I look like. Unless, like, if I'm not leaving the house, there's just no point. Sometimes I do this, I'll put a little bit of makeup on. I just felt like extra gross today because of, you know, the acne that I have recently. But I covered it up with just powder. I'm gonna do a little bit of cleaning while Sebastian's sleeping. Mila and Gino are actually outside. And I'll probably pick the camera back up when I'm pumping, and then I'll talk a little bit more about weaning. And yeah, I think that's it for now. It's time to pump. My boobs hurt really bad, like all of a sudden. We just went for a walk. Ow. And my elbow really hurts. We decided to go for a walk because we've just been inside like basically all day. I usually take a walk in the morning, and like I usually like walk or do like a speed walk as like a workout on my treadmill, and I like didn't do that because we've been packing all morning anyway. I usually pump like, I'm over like a half hour on when I like usually pump, but like all of a sudden they just started feeling like super heavy and like hurt really bad. And so it's 5:17 and I last pumped at like 6 a.m. so almost 12 hours, and this is like typically like what I do now, and I have a feeling, I'm gonna guess I'm gonna get out like 13-14 ounces, which is like pretty insane. This has been for like weeks now. Like in the morning I usually get around like 12, 13, 14, and then like I said, like close to like 13, 14 now. Like, you would think with only pumping twice a day that my milk would have like dropped like crazy, but I don't know. I think I just have a hormonal issue, and I think that also like stems off of like why I have like infertility issues with like ovulating, because obviously I was fine before Mila and like with getting a period, and then had her and lactated like a lot like this. But because like I have people all the time asking me, what do you do for your supply, like to make it so, you know, crazy? And it's like, honestly, I just pump. I have a really good pump. This is the pump I use, the Medela Pump and Style Advanced. I actually don't make it anymore, so if you're looking to get this pump, get it like on eBay or something. $11 ago, and I still like time it out. So what I do is then I reset it and then I time it. And honestly, I only pump like 8 minutes max, because I don't want to like completely overstimulate, because I still am trying to like wean down. I used to make like 60 ounces a day. I used to pump every 3.5 hours, no matter what. So I've been cutting down my supply since like July, and like in the mindset of that, I even got like mastitis and everything. It was like awful, and it's still hard. Like if I were to try to like completely not pump right now, I would 100% get mastitis. It's like crazy, but I don't know. And obviously I know the more you pump, the more you're gonna get milk. So I'm just taking this real slow, especially with the move, and you know, Sebastian's still wanting the milk, and coming to the point where I was supposed to, you know, stop completely and use all my frozen milk, and now I don't know like the status on how it's gonna make it to the move, because again, Gino's driving out there. We're just gonna keep it in the freezer, put some dry ice on it, and then cross our fingers that it doesn't melt too much. I don't know. And again, like I don't even know if I can trust his judgment. He might be like, oh, it's fine, and it's not fine. I don't know. This is like such a strong pump. I cannot believe Medela actually stopped making this pump. Like, what a shame. I heard that the Spectra, I think Spectra S2 or something, the one that's pink, I heard is like a pretty good pump also, but again, I've only used Medela. I also had like an extremely fast letdown, which was why it was kind of hard to like physically like nurse Sebastian, because he used to like choke because it comes out so fast. I already have 4 ounces that just came out, and it's only been 3 minutes. Eight minutes, guys. So almost 15 ounces I just got in 8 minutes. I knew that I was super full. So now I won't pump until tomorrow morning around like 6 a.m. and then again around like 5. So that's basically where I'm at. And this is like 3 bottles just right here for Sebastian. So technically some days I still have like 1 extra bag to freeze. I'm just not gonna stress this right now until we're done moving and things are like more settled. Then I'll just, you know, I'm just gonna take it day by day. I was like really stressing myself out at one point with trying to like cut it back. And then like when I got like sick with like the mastitis, and it was just like feeling that engorged pain every single day. Like this took a good 6 weeks to be able to stretch like all day like this. So yeah, I really do believe that my milk production has something to do with me just overproducing prolactin. If there's any other woman out there that pumped and only pumped twice a day, like I just feel like anyone else is a normal person, their supply would just like diminish and drop and fly away. And that's really why I feel like, you know, after having Mila and breastfeeding and pumping with her, because I had a crazy supply just like this, I really believe that's why I became anovulatory, because I have just like suspicions that my prolactin levels were elevated, not like high like they are now, like where I'd make milk, but like maybe they were just always slightly elevated, and that's why I could never ovulate. and never got a period back. I don't know, that's just kind of like my theory. I actually stopped pumping with Mila at 9 months postpartum because I was so eager to get pregnant. Now this time, like, we do want to have a third baby. Like, it's in my heart, like 100%. Like, I'm praying and hoping that I can get pregnant early next year. Like, we'll be just moving into our house. And yeah, but at the same time, I'm like, oh my God, what am I gonna go through? Am I gonna have to take like Clomid again or seek out more fertility treatments, or is it just gonna happen naturally? Like, that's what I'm hoping. Yeah, guys, that's pretty much the update at the moment. Again, I'm sorry that my vlogs are just, I pop in every once in a while. That was never my intention. I never really thought I would have gotten so sick after having Sebastian. I definitely have postpartum anxiety. I think at one point I definitely had postpartum depression. Like, literally, guys, I had to like retrain my muscles how to go to the bathroom. Like laxatives didn't work. Just imagine being a new mom to 2 crazy kids and, you know, pumping and like no sleep, and then just not being able to go to the bathroom and bloated and stomachache, and then you're afraid to eat. Yeah, it was like really bad. But anyway, I wasn't expecting for that to happen. I'm definitely in a way better place now mentally, and now that I'm like 1 year postpartum. Again, I still struggle and have anxiety over going to the bathroom, but I've been in pelvic floor therapy for like 8 months now. But I'm really hoping that I can still share my life, especially with what's about to happen with us moving and, you know, growing our family and just having this new life. So, because I really want to share it with you guys, and obviously I love vlogging. It's like really nice to pick up the camera again once you're used to it. But yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling. Hopefully I can get another vlog in this week. Maybe I'll vlog when I'm leaving my house for the last time. Yeah, we'll see how stressed out and panicked I am. But anyway, I'm gonna go give this bottle to Sebastian now because he's probably hungry for it. This is usually when he has his next bottle. But I will see you guys in the next video.